Hi YouTube, Modesty, Eugene, another video from Exit Strategy. Welcome. Hope everyone is doing well on a Monday morning. Actually, it's noon. It's a little after 12 p.m. here. I want to talk about modesty. I want to talk about modesty, integrity. Just something that I don't believe is ever coming back to what it once was. And modesty is something to be proud of. And this is pertaining specifically to you women. As a man, I want you to know that I really do appreciate modesty in a woman. Now, society tells us, act and do whatever you damn well please, and it should be okay. That's your right. That's your free will. You're not liberated when you're going outside of what you were taught as a young lady and just doing whatever that feels good to you. Because at the end of the day, whatever feels good to us doesn't always work out for our benefit or our best. Now, modesty, that's a broad word, and that people can have a conversation with that and debate that all day. But I'm going to speak about modesty when I talk about modesty. I don't want anyone to overthink it, because we're living in a new era where I think just different cultures are able to express themselves in a very visible way. They don't have to stifle who they are. They don't have to not be happy and express their joy in public. It's kind of ironic, the video today is modesty. And I think the background noise you're hearing is I don't know, they're of Asian descent, and they are FaceTiming, and they're just really in their glory right now. And you'll find that with Spanish cultures, Russian cultures, a lot of different cultures that speak different languages outside of our native tongue, English, or our English language. So they tend to speak a little more louder than a lot of us in America do. And of course, you have obnoxious Americans too. We're loud in many cases. But my point to this is when we talk about modesty as a woman, there's cultures, in specific the Asian culture, they hold modesty in high esteem in their native country. But what America has done is, because we are so diversified, we have so many different cultures here in America. We have really shown other countries how to behave badly. And I attribute that to the fact that we as Americans, as proud as you may be to be in America, it's undeniable that we have had it good most of, not all of our life. And if you compare where we live and the opportunities we have in comparison to other countries, to which I've gone to other countries, Dominican Republic for one. If you compare after you come back from Dominican Republic, Cancun, Mexico, St. Thomas, St. John, these countries, and there are some countries that are worse than these countries, but the whole idea is when I came back, and this was way back in, last time I went was 06, 07, but before that was in the 90s, and I'm just telling you, man, I had a refreshing renewal of being an American. Now, I'm proud to be in this country. Don't get that twisted, but I do believe we've had too much for a long time. We're very ungrateful, we're very unappreciative, and it has breeded a lot of arrogance as a country, from our government all the way down to our general community. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. Some people have been able to wholeheartedly hold on to most of their modesty, and they have not relinquished that, and they pride themselves in that. And that's what I'm actually hoping that whoever hears this video, it doesn't matter what you've done in times past, revisit the modesty in you. The modesty in you is very appreciated by men like myself, because we're not looking for those bells and whistles that the world says you need to have to attract the right man. We just want you to be modest. We want you not to be the quietest woman in the room, but the most reserved woman in the room. By all means, if you need to verbally express yourself, that is a beautiful thing. Expression is a beautiful thing. But in our approach to how we express ourselves is obnoxious, is overbearing, insulting, disrespectful to the people around us. Go to restaurants and you see people acting out because their fries are not warm enough. You see people in banks that work at banks. You're waiting in line to go up next to be served, to deposit or make any type of transaction. You get a sense, an overt sense, that you're there working for the teller. They have the most snobbish, jagged. It's just a real sharp tone with a lot of people working different capacities in our America. Where's the modesty? I'll tell you where the modesty went. I've said this many times before. The narcissist has adopted all of our good behavior and corrupted it. And what they've done is they fake it till they make it. They come in with fake modesty, and when you find out who they really are, it's like a dry taste in your mouth when you've gotten duped by a narcissist. Show of hands, anybody had a dry taste in their mouth? Because you put trust and you put trust in these people. And somewhere or another, whether it's a relationship, workplace, you confided in them when you had problems personally, only to have it spewed out into the public. And it comes back to you, and it's not what you said, and you're floored by it. You're disgusted. Very disappointed you are. So back to what I'm trying to get at. The narcissist is training empaths, chosen ones, and those who would normally be healthy on how to behave bad. Now, remember what I said, they've taken our good nature, our modesty, our organic modesty, and they've mimicked it. And they've gotten in positions of authority and influence. So we, in the narrative of the Matrix, we look up to people who have accomplished great things in life. And so we use them as the model, as the mold of this is what I should do, not only to get where they are, but I can also behave like they behave. And we dumb it down to being outspoken. Very controversial podcasters that are very insulting and abrasive. And I can speak on Kevin Samuels. He came across as such. But in that instance, with the exception of Kevin Samuels and a few other people, even Dick Gregory, these guys had an aggressive, abrasive tone. But deep beneath that, they really, truly were trying to plug you in to something that you would not have normally paid attention to. They were trying to undo the Matrix thinking. A lot of people might not agree with that, and they might not embrace that, but do yourself a favor. Don't listen with your eyes. Listen with your ears and process it with your mind. Because looking at someone and then you hear them abrasively coming across, it is undeniable. You'll come back with, you'll become tone deaf, and you drown them out. Because they're not coming at you in the way that you think that they should come at you. But as opposed to people who lack modesty, which is often the narcissist, they'll come across abrasive, and it's almost like it's antagonistic. There's a stark difference. And the humility. A lot of people look at humility as being cowardly. Humility as in being just shut up and take what I give you. Drink the Kool-Aid. No, humility is being able to do the things that most people won't do, but doing it in an admirable way, notwithstanding what people think or feel about you, not worrying about having the darts and the arrows shot at you, not worrying about the insults being thrown at you, being able to absorb that. That's what humility is. It's not shut up and do as you're told. It ain't my business, so it doesn't bother me. What are you going to do about it? There's nothing you can do. All of these mentalities don't get things done in the world. But humility and modesty is the thing that I want to see come back. And with the men, you know, integrity and self-respect first, because if you're not going to respect yourself as a man, the way that I hear men talking to women and talking about women and categorizing and labeling women is very disturbing to me. And I have to help my son, who's 14, understand that this is not the way that you address women. I don't care if you're talking to your boys at school, you don't use this type of language, because it becomes second nature. And this will become your lingo, this will become your verbiage. Every time you speak, you'll have to really consciously think about the environment you're in when you're speaking in order to change it. I was at a game the other day, or track meet, and these group of young boys were just going in, talking about, and they call each other the B. And this is just normal conversation, and it got louder and louder and louder to the point where I said this. I say, hey, bro, hey, guys, there's women out here, there's ladies out here. And I did that as a show of point that if you're any kind of gentleman, there's women out here. I said it in a very respectful way, but I said it in a stern way. And I also said it for another reason, because I didn't want to say, hey guys, stop doing that. Because a lot of times people don't want to be corrected. And if you correct them, they would turn on you. They would turn and counter assault you and insult you for encouraging them to do the right thing. And so I did that as a ploy, thinking if I said, hey guys, there's ladies out here, that it would probably work more effective. And it did. And they say, oh, sorry, sir. And I backed that up with saying to them, you know, hey guys, I understand. You just, you're just vibing out, but be aware of what's going on around you. And so I left it at that. So we can do a lot for ourselves as adults. And a lot of the adults are really being taught by the kids. We're not teaching the youth. We are letting the youth teach us. I used an example one time. Our society is messed up when the mother is asking her 13-year-old to let me borrow a cigarette or $5 until I get paid. When in essence, he doesn't even supposed to be smoking. So, this is craziness, man. And I wanted to speak about that, man. We really do need to bring back modesty and self-respect. And have your fun, do your thing out there in the world. But if you don't have just a healthy amount of modesty, man, you and I, we will do whatever we damn well please in any given situation, because we will be doing it, patterning our life after what we see other people doing. As empaths, we don't pattern our life after foolishness. We've been there, done that, but we pattern our life after modesty, after integrity, self-respect. And once we do that, we'll find out that the entities around us, they will reveal themselves. And we'll, in actuality, we'll shame them. We'll shame them to the point where they don't want to be in our circle. They'll move on down the road, and they'll behave badly somewhere else. So we really do have to hold ourselves to a standard, the same standard we want to see in the world. So it's a little bit of a different conversation today, but as always, blessed.